Hello folks, Fat Guy Flies RC here. I had a viewer ask me when I was flying my Turbo Timber Evolution how I was able to use an HRB 3600 4S with a XT60 connector. How could I fly that with my Turbo Timber, because it was an E-flite plane with a Spektrum receiver, and it would only take an IC3 or an EC3 battery connector. Well, let me show you a little hack that's very simple, and I'm going to show you what you can do. Here is an Avian 60 amp, okay, an Avian 60 amp ESC. It has an IC3 smart battery connector on there. It has the male, okay. Here, make sure, is a Hobby Star 3S with an XT60 connector. If you're wanting to take a battery that has actually the female, okay, the female XT60, and you're wanting to put it into the male, because you see the prongs that stick are out, of an ESC that has this type of a connection, which is in this case an IC3, you're going to have an adapter. In that situation, that scenario, we use in my 4-cell that I had in that Turbo Evolution, I use an adapter just like this that fits on there, and essentially turns this now into the same as into an EC3, or the same as this right here. What you find in your e-flite batteries, it's an EC3. And look at this. It will, and you're always going to go flat to flat anyways, okay? And that fits right in there, and it's nice and secure. Okay, now the other way around. Let's say you have a plane that has an XT60 ESC in it, and the XT60 has the male. Okay, well, let me show you something. Here I've got a very fancy smart, 3200 smart Spektrum battery lipo. It's got the IC3 with that little prong in there. Well, there's nothing in here that's gonna mess with that. You're gonna take your flat end, in other words, you're positive, you're negative, and you're gonna just fit those puppies together. And they fit nice and tight. And folks, I do that all the time. I have a dumb ESC and I got a smart battery. Okay, and just to give you proof of that, all right, here's my Tundra. Okay, it has the XT60 male. Want to take and look at that. Hear that? See? Works just fine. Works just fine. So don't fret. So it's easy going from an IC3 or an EC3 to an XT60. All you gotta do is line up the flat ends, your black to your black, and your light color to your light color. Okay, that's easy. But it doesn't do that in reverse. I'll say it again. Here's a typical E-flite ESC. Okay, there's your male, there's your female. They're not going to fit. But if you take the adapter, turn it into an EC3 female, you can now take your male and they fit nice and tight. Oh, and here's a little hack that I learned from Brian Phillips. Let's just say you're using these adapters and you only got 1 or 2 of these things, and you have to use them on certain planes, okay? And this adapter is getting looser and looser, okay? It's just not this end is not wanting to stay in the battery. It gets very, very loose. What you do is you keep yourself those little cheap little, I'm not using one right now, but you just use the cheap little Phillips head screwdriver, and then just shove it in those little ends and just twist it out just a little bit. Just twist it out just a little, just enough to get that metal to move just a touch. And I'll tell you right now, it'll make that adapter super tight, and you'll have a good positive connection, and you won't crash your plane because of a brownout or losing your power. Sorry. Well, there you go, folks. I hope that helped you out, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and God bless y'all.